Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today to do my Celtic cross for March. I can't believe actually that we're about to start the third month of the year already, that we're coming up to the spring equinox. Just time flies, doesn't it really? It only seems yesterday that it was Yule and Christmas and New Year. It certainly doesn't feel sort of spring equinox type weather just yet. It's beautiful and sunny outside here in the UK, but freezing cold. We even had snow a couple of days ago. So yeah, I think the birds are dashing about in the garden and there's a feel of spring in the air, but I think it's a false spring. I don't think that it's really spring yet. The weather in the UK often does this, where you think, oh, I could get out and start planting things or sowing some seeds, and then it snows again. So, so yeah, we'll see. We will see. So, as I said, this is going to be the Celtic cross for March for today. I do have a disclaimer in my description box if you'd like to read that. I do see these readings as kind of being a snapshot in time, or a sampling of the energies, if you like. It's obviously not going to resonate for everybody. It is for the collective. But I do hope that you'll find something that resonates here for you. So today I'm going to use the oracle cards from the, what is it? The I Ching, or the Tao. That's the Tao oracle. It's by the same creator as the Osho Zen tarot deck. And I'm also going to use my Anna Kay tarot deck, which called to me this morning. I wasn't sure what to use, and yeah. So let me have a little feel of these. I think I'm going to go for that one, actually. So let's put that there. Let's see what we got. Contemplation. Gaining an overview, a detached observation, increased understanding, solitude, integration through reflection. So this is kind of like a hermit card, really, isn't it? I think that often we need solitude to really to get that increased understanding of a situation, don't we? So let's put that up there. Let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck as well. The attraction of opposites. Ooh. So this is more like the Lovers card, isn't it? Seduction, temptation, magnetism, a passionate encounter, meeting halfway, coupling and sexual union. That doesn't go very well with contemplation and a detached observation and solitude, does it? They're kind of opposites, aren't they? So there's a great deal of passion in this card, and maybe even sort of like a blending of opposites. It might be about duality. Yeah, that sort of metamorphosis, if you like. Yeah. Whereas this is very hermity energy, isn't it? That needs to be alone in order to really hear your own thoughts and hear your own voice. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what we get. Now, I hope I've got enough room on the table here, because these are all big cards. Let's give them a good shuffle. So for my spirit guides, please, could I have some cards that represent the current energies for March for the collective, please? What does the viewer need to see and need to hear from this reading, please? For the month of March 2025. Okay. Okay, so let's just give them a good cut. Let's see what we've got. So for the present, this is what's happening right now, your state of mind, your perceptions. So we have the Knight of Swords, which is quite a what would we say? It's an assertive energy, isn't it? It's a very focused and an assertive energy. It can be sometimes a little bit rash, sometimes a little bit hasty, perhaps even aggressive at times. But it's an energy of wanting to deal with things, of wanting to sort things out. It's a very spirited expression, I think, of the knights, isn't it? You know, we can see here there's a house on fire, and, you know, looking at this card, we don't know whether this knight has had anything to do with that fire or he's there to put out the fire and rescue people. But the Knight of Swords is always on a mission. So, yeah. So this is your state of mind right now, your perception of your situation, your current state of mind, what is happening right now for you. So you may be feeling at this time under some pressure to get something done, or life might be moving quite fast. You might have a lot on your mind. You might need to talk to somebody or to some people. There might be a lot of very spirited conversations going on. The challenge or the problem facing you right now, and we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a lovely card, isn't it? Let's just put it like that while I talk about it. So this is a really nice card, the Ace of Wands. This is passion, isn't it? New ventures, success, being creative, being in motion. And it's interesting, we've got passion here, haven't we? A passionate encounter. And they're two energies that are kind of opposed, really, in my mind, because this is a very sort of hasty sort of energy of almost rushing, isn't it? The Knight of Swords. There's a lot of mental, you know, it's a very busy mind, the Knight of Swords, whereas the Ace of Wands is the doing of things, isn't it? It's not necessarily being up in your head, it's the doing of things, the starting of new things, new ventures, new creativity. It's kind of almost the source of life, isn't it? And we can see that vitality represented in this card. As we can see, the colours are very different. This is sort of nighttime and dark skies, stormy, whereas this is sunshine and freedom. You know, there's a freedom of expression about this character here, this girl. She's having fun, isn't she? The Knight of Swords is not having fun. So what does this mean? It perhaps means that what your current state of mind is not necessarily the reality of the situation. And perhaps the problem that's facing you is that you're finding it very difficult to get out of this mindset and into this mindset. This mindset is kind of feels bogged down in problems and needing to find solutions to them. Whereas this one is a little bit more go with the flow, isn't it? It's just like, well, 1 foot forward and see where you end up. It's this energy feels closed. This energy feels open. So anyway, we'll see how we go with the rest of the cards. So I think what's happening there is that perhaps you're having, like I said, you're having trouble getting out of one state of mind and into another. So the past, the events leading up to this situation, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. So this is about security, isn't it? This is about roots and family and, yeah, security, bonds, community, family. You know, we can see here, looks like a man and woman that have had a baby and their family are all around them. They're celebrating. It's a nice energy, isn't it? The Ten of Pentacles. But this is the past for you. So I'm getting the feeling here that perhaps whatever this is, that you've had to leave that behind in some way or another, or for some reason, whether your relationship has broken down. Yeah. I am starting to feel that your relationship has broken down here, and that there perhaps might even be a new relationship in the cards here with this one, the attraction of opposites. I mean, remember, this is the bottom of the deck. You know, we did have contemplation, which is about solitude, isn't it? So the events leading up to this situation is family ties. Yeah, I am wondering whether you've left behind a relationship that did provide you with a great deal of security, or something has broken down in this relationship or in your family. And I think it's making you feel almost quite panicky. I get quite a panicky energy from this Knight of Swords here. It's like he's having to fight fires. And those fires for you could be all kinds of things. They don't have to be fires, real fires. They can be all kinds of problems that we come across in life. But yeah, difficult. So card number 4 is the future. What is likely to happen? Sorry, I put the past there, didn't I? That doesn't go there. So this is the future, card number 4. This is what's likely to happen in the next few weeks. And we've pulled Justice. Yeah, this is making me even more feel now that there's some kind of relationship breakdown. You know, this Justice is about truth and fairness and equality and morality, about things being balanced, things being fair. There can be some quite harsh judgments sometimes with Justice. You know, Justice is not really interested in people's emotional states. It's just interested in truth and fairness, things being right. So this is making me wonder whether there might be some kind of divorce here, some kind of legal proceedings, something that's needing to be worked out fairly for both of you. And that's really not always easy, is it? So card number 5 is the above card, and that's the Page of Cups. And this is a card that it's like your goal that you're consciously working towards resolution. So it's something that you're conscious of, and something that you're trying to manifest for yourself in some way. And we've got the Page of Cups, which can sometimes represent a message coming your way, but it's always possibilities, I think, possibilities around your emotional state, around your heart, around relationships, about your relationship with yourself. This can sometimes represent your inner child, children. Perhaps that's something that you're needing to sort out at the moment, is your children. You know, we do have, in the Ten of Pentacles here, we have a child. The Ace of Wands to me is also a very childlike energy. There's something here to do with children and families, for sure. Yeah. So card number 6 is the Below card, and this is what is within the subconscious. What's within your subconscious mind, what's your underlying emotions, and what is yet to be revealed. And we've got the Four of Pentacles here. So, yeah, this is feeling the need to protect yourself, isn't it? This is something that's not fair. This is something that you may not have even acknowledged. I don't know whether it's you that's in the position that's not being fair, or somebody in your life is not being fair. Somebody's being greedy. I mean, that's what we see here, isn't it? He's picked up all the pentacles and he's not sharing. And the people on the other side of the wall are suffering because of this lack of sharing. This is a very closed energy, the Four of Pentacles. It's a foundational number, isn't it, and it's a very protective number. You know, people can sometimes exhibit this kind of behaviour just through fear, really, fear of lack, fear of not having enough. It's not always that somebody is just being greedy. Sometimes people aren't actually aware. They haven't thought the situation through, and they're not actually aware of their behaviour and the consequences of their behaviour. Yeah. But I think that whatever this behaviour is, it's going to come to the forefront of things, isn't it? Because we've got justice here for the future. You know, justice is consequences. These are the consequences of actions, of behaviour. Okay, so card number 7 is the advice. And we've got the Ten of Cups, which is lovely. The Ten of Cups is fulfillment, isn't it? It's an emotional fulfillment. I'm not really sure how you're going to get to this place currently, because these energies are quite tricky. Let's have a bit more of a look. So card number 8 is the external influences, people or events that are out of your control. And we have the Six of Cups. So this is sort of a sentimental energy, isn't it? It's often looking to the past. It's a kind of tender and caring energy. It's very sweet. So it could be that this is you looking back over what's happened, looking back over a situation. I don't know, I'm really picking up very strong feelings here around children. And what children mean to you. Yeah. So I think that your feelings about what you've lost, perhaps your feelings about your family, about your children, I think they really are influencing you at the moment and driving some of this this Knight of Swords energy that we've got here. I do feel like at the moment there's a fight going on. Yeah. Yeah, I do. So card number 9 is your hopes and fears. And we've got the Page of Swords here. So yes. Yes. So this is kind of, again, a very inquisitive and alert energy, isn't it? The Knight of Swords. The Page of Swords, sorry. It's like a need to be vigilant, isn't it? You know, it's like you almost can't let your guard down. That you fear that if you let your guard down, that you're going to be attacked. So it's like you're having to stay very alert at the moment. And we saw that here, didn't we, with the Knight of Swords in your present, what's happening right now, your state of mind right now is like you're having to fight fires. I feel like you're sat in an energy that's really not very comfortable for you at all. And then card number 10 is the outcome. And this is where will the situation resolve, where the situation is headed. And we have Temperance. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Wow. And we've got that Hermit energy over here with contemplation, haven't we? I feel that this is a painful situation. I feel that many things are not fair here. I feel that you're missing someone or something, that something's been taken from you perhaps. And I think you're finding it very difficult to find any kind of passion within yourself, any real creative ability, any confidence in yourself. I feel that you're quite bogged down in a lot of this very difficult energy. And as I said, there is a big, strong feeling here around children. Yeah. And it's interesting for the card number 10, the outcome, how the situation will resolve itself, where things are headed. We've got Temperance, which is a beautiful energy, isn't it? Temperance. It's about balance and harmony and change, you know, metamorphosis. And I said that word earlier, didn't I? What did I say that for? Maybe contemplation. But that merging and that blending, we're getting that here with the attraction of opposites, aren't we? And it's interesting because that was the bottom of the deck, and it's also the outcome. And then the card that I actually pulled was contemplation, which is a very hermit-like energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So I would very much say here, with also the 10 of Cups here as the advice, is I think that there needs to be some time alone for you. I think that you're not going to feel any better about this situation. You're not going to gain any perspective. Things are not going to come back into balance again. without some real understanding. As I said, this card here, this detached observation, this integration through reflection, it feels like there have been a lot of arguments, perhaps, with the Knight of Swords here. A lot of disagreements, a lot of resentments building up. And I think that that energy is keeping you stuck, if you like. As I said with the Four of Pentacles here, this is what's in the subconscious mind. These are the kind of underlying emotions or things that are yet to be revealed. Is that perhaps through that self-reflection you'll start to gain some understanding of how things can be brought back into balance, how there can be a kind of relaxing or a letting go of some of these quite rigid rules that I feel are here. I mean, it could very well be that you've had a relationship that's broken down and there have been a lot of arguments around the children or the home. And I feel that given enough time and solitude and opportunity to reflect on things and to get a good overview of things, I think that things will start to feel better. And, you know, with the Ten of Cups here, this is the advice, the best advice to address this situation. And as I said, it's a card of happiness and fulfillment. It's also a completion. You know, tens are completions and ends of a cycle. And perhaps this card is encouraging you to go forward with an open heart. You know, the Six of Cups here we've got is the external influences, people or events out of your control. And like I said, I do see that there's some reminiscing going on here, some sort of daydreaming and thinking about the past. And perhaps there is still a great deal of attraction here. Perhaps there is some kind of temptation here. Perhaps the relationship hasn't broken down completely. But interesting, on this card, we've also got meeting halfway. And I see that as being a very strong energy throughout this reading, is the need to meet halfway. That there needs to be a great deal of thought around things being fair, around everybody getting their needs met, everybody having what they want. And, you know, we've got the Page of Cups here with the what you're consciously working towards, the As Above card, which is your goal. And I do see that as being, I mean, he's filling his own cup there from the waters, from his emotions. It's a kind of learning, isn't it? It's a learning how to love yourself, learning how to do well in relationships, a learning of how to integrate those kind of energies within yourself and within your relationship. Yeah, I feel I've been a bit waffly. I probably have. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting that we've got such a lot here about balancing and harmony and meeting halfway and things being fair. You know, that seems to be coming up an awful lot here. I do feel that there is a great deal of sadness. I feel that there has been a lot of arguments and disagreements and fallings out, and that somebody has perhaps not behaved well. Somebody has perhaps kept their partner or somebody out in the cold, that they've been trying to take everything for themselves. And I feel that this has left you or this situation feeling like you've got to be on high alert, you know, that you, what was this card here? The Page of Swords. This was card number 9, wasn't it? This is your hopes and fears. And like I said, this is a sort of having to be vigilant, having to be alert all the time, not being able to let your guard down, you know, perhaps feeling defensive, like you've got to attack in order to maintain your own sort of sense of safety or well-being. And really what these cards are encouraging are that you're able to open your heart somewhat to this situation. You know, when we look at all these cards here, they're all quite dark in the background, really, other than the Ace of Wands, Temperance. We've got, well, the Six of Cups is nighttime, and then we've got the Ten of Cups here. And the cards that are much lighter in their energies are the cards that are things that you're being encouraged to do here in this reading. You know, this is your challenge, the Ace of Wands, to find something within yourself to move forward, to continue to be creative, to not be stuck in this this kind of defensive energy. I do see here that whatever this situation is, it's going to work itself out. It's going to balance itself out eventually. And I think a lot of that will come down to how you're able to, how open you are able to be to the situation and to the challenges that you've got here. As I said, there's a great deal of sadness here, and there could even possibly still be an attraction for this person. But there needs to be some detached processing of this, because the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, they're not detached at all. They're full on, getting stuck in there, defending themselves, being defensive in their thoughts and their deeds. And I don't think that that's going to be helpful here. I think that the Justice card is showing us that things will work out fairly one way or another. And I think that the Temperance card here, the outcome, is showing us that, again, this balancing, this finding of balance and things to be fair and right and correct for both of you, I think that that is there. And I think that it very much depends on you having some time out to refrain from arguing, to refrain from attacking or feeling overly defensive, and to just sit with yourself for a bit, to maybe do something that you enjoy, to do something creative that you enjoy, but to just sit with yourself and to sit and allow your heart to open again, to allow your heart to open again to the future. Because, you know, the Ten of Cups here, this is the advice. This is fulfillment. It's the end of a cycle, and it's a card of fulfillment. So I do feel very strongly that in order to move to the next phase, some of this defensive energy needs to go. There needs to be more of a thought process around what's for your higher good and what's for the higher good of the situation all around for everybody involved in this. Because like I said, I do see children involved in this, and that's always very painful. So anyway, this was quite specific, this reading, really. I think it's not going to resonate for too many, but if it does for you, I hope that it offers some kind of thought process for you. It helps you to get out of this kind of stuck place. This is not a good place to be stuck, is it? In the present, in the Knight of Swords, that looks an exhausting energy, to be honest, as does your hopes and fears. This is very definitely your fears, isn't it? That looks exhausting also. So yeah, I really wish you well with this, and please do leave me some feedback, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.